Hey, greetings all. Hello everyone. Greetings to you. Hey, I'm back. So I'm jumping on to do a movie review. I saw a movie this evening and I thought it was really cute. So, I'm going to go ahead and share it. So, the name of this movie is entitled Resort to Love. Okay? And it's on Netflix. Okay? So, I just decided to watch it. It's starring Christina Milian. Um, Let me get the names. She's definitely one of the stars of the movie. Jay Farrell, who's a comedian, and this really beautiful man. He's tall, dark, and handsome. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know him from. I think I first saw him in Power. He was um, he was Tasha's boyfriend that was murdered or what have you. I think he was the her driver, and then she started, dating him and everything. Just, just beautiful man. Okay, but before I get into all of that, thank you for stopping by my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Go ahead and subscribe. It costs you nothing. Okay. If you're watching some of my videos and you like it or what have you, go ahead and subscribe. Help your girl out. It costs you nothing, and I really would appreciate it. Go ahead and hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, and also push the bell button so that you can know each and every time I upload. Would be greatly appreciated. So, like I said, let's go ahead and jump into the movie. And also, happy 4th of July. It is 4th of July. I'm doing this video right now. It's 11:15 this evening, and over here, these people are going to go on all night. Of course, they're going to go on past midnight. They're going to do this all week. They're going to do this all next week because they just don't know how to stop having a good time, which is all good. I don't mind, So happy 4th to each and every one of you, and also definitely happy Juneteenth, to those of us who know what Juneteenth is about and you celebrate it, still celebrate both, you know what I mean? Juneteenth and 4th of July, especially if you are of African descent, African American, African whatever, celebrate Juneteenth because we know what that is about. And if you were born and raised here in America, still give thanks to God and celebrate, Anyways, let's walk in love towards one another. If you're filled with hate, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you to get to know the Lord because there is no hate up there. Okay? And God bless you on that. So anyhow, let's jump into this movie. I thought it was so cute. It was really, truly cute. It had its cheesy moments. And this movie is actually is produced by Alicia Keys. And you can tell she had a lot to do with the movie because all throughout the movie, Christina was singing her songs. It was, you can hear Alicia there. You know what I mean? So it was just really cute. I'd never seen it before. It actually said that the movie is from 2021. I never heard of it other than just going through Netflix and seeing what's on there or what have you. And I'm like, okay. I love Christina Milian or what have you. She normally does these cutesy movies or what have you. Love Don't Cost a Thing. That is still like one of my favorites with her. And this girl, by the way, she still looks 16. I mean, she has not aged. She has 3 children now. She's married and everything. She's just as cute as a button. She is like a miniature Barbie doll. Is like, every little girl should have a Christina Milian Barbie doll. She is absolutely adorable. And let's get into the fashion before I get into the movie. Everything she wore, I absolutely loved it. She had a really good stylist to do her hair and to put her wardrobe and everything together, on down to her cute shoes, her heels. Just completely adorable. I absolutely loved it. Her makeup was flawless. She doesn't even need makeup, but I know they do makeup and all of that for movies or what have you, but she was absolutely stunning, totally cute. Loved it. Okay, I had to get that out of the way. So, anyhow, this movie stars her. It stars Jay Farrell, and a long cast list. Like I said, the one guy from Power. There were some other people in it that I'm not too familiar with, but I thought everyone did well or what have you. And like I said, it did have its cheesy moments, but go ahead and check it out. Netflix, Resort to Love. Okay, so basically, the movie is about her and Jay Farrell's character. They ended up breaking up or what have you. He broke up with her just out of the blue or what have you. Broke her heart. They were engaged to be married. They actually were together for 4 years and everything. And mind you, in the movie, she's actually portraying a singer. And let me just tell you, I already knew that Christina could sing, but it was really refreshing just hearing her sing in this movie, because she was portraying a pop singer or what have you, but who was it? It was some guy. I think he was a part of her record label or what have you. He did something really stupid, and her album ended up not dropping or what have you. So it was kind of like her career was on pause or what have you, and she had to end up being a wedding singer, just to keep working and everything or what have you. So she ended up being a wedding singer. Okay, now mind you, her and, like I said, her ex-boyfriend, they were supposed to get married, and a month up until they were supposed to get married, he just calls it off and breaks up with her or what have you. So it was a whole mess. One of their wedding songs was supposed to have been Alicia Keys' song, No One, No One, No One. You all know it, you know what I mean? And the one thing about Alicia Keys, I love her music. Her music is beautiful and everything. Not all singers are going to be, the Whitney Houstons or what have you. I actually think she have a nice voice. What I love about her is that she have like that old soul thing going on, as far as like just that old school music vibe, which I love and adore. So, I really love Alicia Keys as far as that goes. And, she's just unique or what have you. So, shouts out to Alicia Keys. And like I said, she produced the movie, and you can tell, because some of her music was in it or what have you. So that was supposed to have been one of their wedding songs. And let me see, Christina's character, which her name was Erica in the movie, oh yeah, she did sing at someone's wedding, but I'm trying to think of, it was a part where something happened and she overheard the Alicia Keys song being played or what have you, and she just broke down and cried or what have you, and her agent was just trying to help her get it together, and all of that or what have you. So she just kept running into a lot of things that reminded her of her engagement and her relationship with her ex, Jason. So it was like she was having a serious, meltdown and everything. So finally, she did accept a job on this, to go to this nice island resort and everything. And she was the wedding singer, all of that, what have you. Okay, so she's, she's trying to keep it together, what have you. She's still heartbroken mind you, it's a setback in her career, and she's still, getting through the grieving of, of her broken relationship and all of that. She's, going through all of that. So she gets on the island and everything, and she's out by the water or what have you. This island is absolutely beautiful. Everything is set up really nicely. Her hotel is beautiful, all of that. So she's just chilling out by the water, and she sees some man, in the water, and he appears to be drowning, So she goes out there. She tries to save him. This knucklehead, he's pushing her under the water or what have you. They're both, they're both about to drown and all of that. So finally, this, who I thought he was a lifeguard at first, but Mr. Wonderful, tall, dark, and handsome guy, that I was saying from the show Power, his name is Caleb in this movie. He goes out and rescues the both of them. He got the silly guy on his back, and he's holding Erica, in his arms or what have you. This guy is beautiful. So, he appears to be about 6'3". He got the abs going. He's just, I don't know, it looks like he eats brown rice and broccoli and chicken without the skin, and he does, I don't know, push-ups, pull-ups, whatever. It's just like, hallelujah, So he's coming out of the water with both of them, and it was pretty funny how the guy's like holding on for dear life. So, like I said, I'm thinking he's a lifeguard somewhere, what have you, or he just stepped out of heaven. I don't know. So anyhow, he's walking out with them. He puts them down and everything, and the guy had like this camera, what have you. I guess he was on social media, and he was underwater with the camera, what have you. So, he thanked him, and or whatever. He goes off. So he's standing there talking to Christina, Erica. And of course, she's in awe of him. She's looking, and she's still in a little bit of shock or what have you. So they're talking, and he asks, finally they kind of get a little chummy, and it was like she could barely move, watching him and everything. Completely understand that. So finally he asks her out, he asks her to meet him for a drink later, what have you. So she does this whole, well, if it's meant to be, we'll find each other, So I'm like, here we go with the cheesiness, Oh, if it's meant to be, you'll find me or what have you. And then they find each other, and whatever. So I'm just like, oh, okay, here we go, So anyhow, they go their separate ways. So she she goes to the hotel or what have you. She ends up running into him at the hotel. Okay. And so she was like, well, how did you find me? And he's like, well, I wasn't looking for you. He was like, he was actually there for his brother's wedding. Okay. So he wasn't a lifeguard or anything like that. He was there for his brother's wedding. And guess who his brother is? Yeah, so it's some drama. It's some juicy drama going on with this. So he's the brother of her ex. Now, they were together for years or what have you, which was really strange that she wouldn't know the brother, because he's the oldest brother on top of that. And so come to find out, Caleb is actually in the army or what have you, or he served time in the service, so he was away, during their whole relationship. But still, it was a little bit weird, because if you're with someone for 4 years, even if their sibling is away in the service, you're going to see like pictures or something, you know what I mean? So I just thought that was a little bit weird, but that was the reason why she didn't see him in person. She just, Jason just spoke about him and everything, but she never, got a chance to meet him. So, so as he was explaining that to him, to her, I'm sorry, in the hotel lobby, and they're just kind of talking and what have you. She spots Jason, and she's like hiding behind him, and she's like, oh my god. She was like, wait a minute. She was like, your name is Jason King, or not Jason King, your name is Caleb King. And he was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my god, your brother is Jason King. She's like, that's my ex-fiance that I was telling you about. Oh my god, this is da 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 da, whatever. So Jason, he spotted her, and he was like, Erica, what have you. So he's like in shock. So he's with his da 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 new fiance. Dude goes out and find him another woman, and they're getting married. They were there to be married. So this is what Caleb was talking about. So she's just like, she's done. You know what I mean? Like, she's in shock. She can't believe the fact that they have been broken up or what have you. They were supposed to get married, and then he's up and marrying another woman. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So Jason goes up to her and hugs her. So as he hugs her, he whispers to her, please don't say who you are. Please don't say who you are. So they pretended like they didn't know each other or what have you. And she went along with it and everything. And his fiance and her sister, his fiance had her sister there with her or what have you. So she sees all this going on, and she's like, honey, who's this? What have you. So he's like, oh, this is my friend, my good friend Erica, what have you. So they're pretending like they're good friends, and Erica goes along with it or what have you, because it's just a hot mess, because she's attracted to his brother. So it's just drama all around, So I'm just like, oh Lord, how are they gonna get through this or what have you. So finally, Jason's fiance is like this. She's a Southern belle. She's from, I believe, Charlotte, North Carolina, and she was Miss Charlotte or something. She's like a beauty queen pageant and everything. Beautiful girl and all of that. She kind of reminded me of Solange a little bit. Like, she kind of favored her. And so she's a Southern belle, and with all this Southern charm and everything. And she's like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. Jason's friend or what have you. Oh no, you have to come hang out with us. So she's like inviting Erica to like basically be her new bestie or what have you. Like, she was just all over her. Oh no, come with us, do this, let's just do that. So long story short, Erica was invited to just do all of the little bride events with them and everything, up until they get married. Mind you, Erica is their wedding singer. So I just felt so bad for her. I'm like, she was just in a deal of a pickle all around. She's interested in the brother, and she still had feelings for her ex, and she was still very angry and hurt. And so it was just all of that going on. Oh yeah, Jason had a friend guy there with him as well, or what have you. So the parents hadn't arrived yet, what have you, because of course if the parents were there, they would, just rat out the fact of, who Erica was. So anyhow, they go on with the festivities and everything. Like the next day, they do the skyline thing or what have you, the hiking. I forget what you call it. I think it's skyline or what have you. You can see how active I am with certain things like that or what have you. I'm not interested in stuff like that. It seems fun. I don't know. I probably would do that one day. Who's to say? Whatever. But they do the thing across the skyline, what have you. Jason has a fear of heights, and no one was really aware of this except for Erica, because obviously she knew some things or what have you, but his fiance didn't even know this about him. So it was certain things that he didn't even share, with the fiance. And mind you now, he's about to marry her, and he's already starting the marriage off with a lie, because he couldn't even let her know that Erica is his ex-fiance. He couldn't even be truthful with her, the same as he couldn't be truthful with Erica. So this guy has some growing up to do. I just couldn't even see why she was even interested, in him. And then his new fiance not knowing anything or what have you, and she's about to start a marriage with him. Hold on. So yeah. So as they're doing the skyline thingy, Jason is like, he's all the way, everyone went across or what have you. Like, Erica was in front of him. She was just about to cross over. Jason still left behind because he's like stopping in his tracks because he's so afraid. So the brother, yells at him, don't look down, because they can see he's like, he's getting stuck. What does he do? He looks down or what have you, and then he completely freaks out or what have you. So Erica goes back to him, and she holds his hand, and she's like, come on, you can do this or what have you. And I mean, she handled the situation in such a mature manner, because I don't know, I was just thinking, if it was me, I just would have been out of there. I would have been out of a job. I just would have been out of there. I'd have been like, no, I'm not dealing with this, Or I just would have blabbed it out, oh, okay, I'm his ex-fiance, but good luck to you. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? But anyhow, so she comforted him, or, she gave him comfort and everything. And then he just looked at her, and you can see like there was still a connection between the two of them and everything. There were some unresolved issues between the two of them that had to be resolved, and there were still feelings there. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, dude is not ready to get married. He's not ready to move on. I just want to see how this is going to go. So they go on, what was their next event? Yeah, because his bride to be, like I said, she was so pushy with Erica. Like, she wanted to have her involved in everything. She's like, oh, you have to come to the bachelorette party. You have to do this. You have to do that. So Erica, she just couldn't get out of it or what have you. So she goes to the bachelorette party. Now, mind you, all in the midst of this happening, she still have the brother who's like, sweet on her, and everything. And he's, still, talking to her or what have you. He's not pushing up on her, but he's still letting her know that he's interested, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like what would I do in this situation? And I'm just like, man, on one end, I'm like, her and the brother make the perfect couple. You know what I mean? She didn't know, he didn't know. Jason is moving on. Why not the two of them just go ahead and hook up? But then on the other end, I'm just like, okay, she was with Jason for 4 years. She's been with him intimately. They were about to be married. She knows the parents. How will it look? You know what I mean? Like, she'll be in the family again, just, with another brother, and no woman wants to look like a whore or anything like that or what have you. But it was totally innocent on their end, So I'm just like, oh gosh, that was a situation to be in. So anyhow, yeah, so they do okay, let me pause for a minute. So in between all of this, actually before this event and all of that, before she went to the resort, Christina, she did a performance or what have you for one wedding, and she just kind of broke down and cried or what have you. She did the song from Dirty Dancing, The Time of My Life, and she could barely get through the song. And it was just a hot mess. So one of the band members was like, you're going to have to sing songs that make you happy or what have you. So she ended up singing at another event. She sung Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive. She nailed it. She had the costume, the whole 70s look or what have you. She completely killed it. And I must say, Christina Milian, she have an amazing voice. Her voice is so beautiful. I haven't heard her sing in a while or what have you. I don't think I remember back in the day there was one song with her, maybe like two, that was really, really popular, but I never really was into her music. I always thought she was talented, don't get me wrong, or what have you. But just hearing her voice, she's matured, and her voice is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I think she's an underrated singer. So I don't know if she's doing any new music or anything like that, but hopefully she got some really good, producers or what have you to put together like a really good sound for her, because she's so talented when it comes to singing. I mean, she kind of reminds me a little bit of Ashanti, but and I'm sorry to say this, but I'm gonna say it, but she's 10 times better. Like, Christina Milian is an amazing singer. You guys got to go watch this movie. And honestly, it was almost like a little mini concert with Christina. And I really enjoyed that part because, like I said, her voice has matured and she's just an amazing singer. I mean, she should be further along than what she is, So, I don't know. Hopefully she'll come out with some good albums, or not albums. They don't do albums, but EPs. You know what I mean? So hopefully she will come out with some great music or what have you, because I really pray that she does not let her voice go to waste. So Christina, if you're watching this or you come around to watching this, you never know. Please don't stop singing. Girl, you can sing. I was just like, okay. Anyhow. So the Bachelorette, she attends that. The bride is kind of, she's bride wasted and everything. They're doing karaoke and stuff like that, little fun stuff. So Jason starts texting Erica, because he couldn't stop thinking about, just some old feelings came back and everything, and he wanted to talk to her. So she meets up with him and everything, and so they talk, and he was just like, I can't stop thinking about you. I think that I'm making a mistake, this, that, and the third. And, you can see she still had feelings for him. All of that. They kind of talk about, their situation and everything. And then they were about to kiss. So right before they were about to kiss, there was like a lizard on Jason's shirt, and it freaked Erica out, so she screamed and pushed him. And right when she did that, Jason's fiance came outside looking for Erica, so she ended up going back in, which I was happy about that, because like, I didn't want them to kiss or anything like that. I just really wanted them to talk, to hash out those old feelings or what have you, because I wanted her to get with the brother, So I'm like, whatever, because it was Jason's loss. I know it might have been a little bit messy because, again, she would be dating the brother now, but I'm like, hey, it is what it is. Life goes on. He got somebody. Let her be with somebody. I understand it's your brother, but it was completely innocent. Let these people go on and live life, Anyhow, so, oh yeah, so then the brother, he goes, what happened? Oh yeah, so they go back to their hotels and everything after the party. the brother comes over, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, he comes over, they chat. She's drinking some beers, and, she offered him one or whatever. They sit down, they're drinking beers, hanging out. And he's just talking to her. And he was like, he told her, I don't think Jason is the one for you. He's just not ready. He's not being a man right now, this, that, and the third, all of that. Jason texted her, and he still wanted to meet up with her and everything. So I think he came over. And he saw the brother there, and he got really ticked off. And mind you, there was already some underlining tension between Jason and his brother. Jason is actually jealous of the brother because I think the brother was, the way he took it is that his brother is so good at everything. His brother is the one that is, he's strong, he's muscular, he's the one that, he's in the service, what have you. And he just, I don't know, he just feels second to the brother. So there was already some insecurities. And now seeing that, Erica is kind of, interested in the brother. So that's just another nail in the coffin, so he just can't handle it. And I'm thinking to myself, well, before I get into that, he and the brother actually had an argument and all of that. And the brother, he didn't realize that Jason had all these issues with him or what have you. And he's like, what are you talking about? Mom brags about you all the time. Oh, you're the baby of the family, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 whatever. So they kind of, talk about that and, all of that. So I was about to say something. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so anyhow, Christina, she goes up to meet with Jason. So they're talking and everything. Oh, yeah, he basically apologized to her for the way he broke up, with her and all of that. And he really just kind of just stepped up more and poured his heart, out to her and all of that. And she said some things to him, and she started, realizing some things, and she ended up telling him, she said, what, I just don't think that we're meant to be. She was like, for a moment I did get caught up in our history and everything, but she was like, if you wouldn't have called the wedding off, she said, I probably would have, because, she was like, we're just not meant to be, what have you. And, as they talked through it, they both realized that. And she was like, I do believe that you're, in love with your fiance and everything. And he was like, yes, I do love her. And so all of that came out. So they had to kind of just hash out the fact of how they broke up and just those old feelings and, all of that sort of stuff, So what ended up happening, oh yeah, the parents came down. They did have the rehearsal dinner and all of that. They had the dinner. I skipped a part there. So, but the mom, she ended up seeing Jason and Erica, talking and everything. And she was like, is that Erica, Jason's ex-fiance? What is she doing here? All of that. So the fiance, of course, she freaked out. She runs off, what have you. She gets in one of those taxi cars or what have you. She dips off or what have you. So Christina is running behind her, and all of that, which she did. And they ended up, talking or what have you. The fiance was just like, you made a fool out of me. Jason made a fool out of me. Why would you guys do this to me? She's like, I thought you were my friend, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I understood where she was coming from. But at the same token, I'm like, she only knew Erica for like a hot 5 seconds, and she already wanted her to be like her best friend, you know. So I'm like, you know, why would you think like she was your bestie just because she felt like her and Jason were best friends? It's like, I don't know, she just didn't have enough information, and she just trusted Jason so much, you know, and she was just a little bit naive and gullible, you know, what have you. But, you know, I don't know. She should have just kind of read between the lines a little bit, you know. Anyhow, so after all of that, all that drama, and the sister really wanted to just like beat the crap out of Erica. She chased her, she ran her down, you know, what have you. So it was just a whole thing. It was full of drama. So after all of that, um, I forget his his fiance's name. I forget her name. Anyhow, she agreed to go through with the wedding because she realized she just couldn't live without Jason. They were meant for each other, you know. Like I said, she was a total Southern Belle. She wanted the white picket fence. She said she wanted 2 kids and she couldn't wait, you know, all this good stuff. So they ended up, they got married and everything. Everything was beautiful. Um, it was time for Erica to sing her song or what have you, which was, of course, the Alicia Keys song and all of that. So the brother goes up and he's talking to her and everything, and you know, he's still trying to shoot his shot and let her know that he think that they're the perfect match and all of this and that or what have you. And he leans in to kiss her. So I'm like, oh, okay, so we're going for it, you know, what have you. She tells him, hold that thought or what have you. She goes up and sings the song, and she kind of cuts it or what have you. She goes back over to him, jumps in his arms and everything, and they kiss. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, good girl, you know, because I thought she was just going to let it go because he's Jason's brother and everything. But no, girlfriend nabbed him up, and I do not blame her at all. So it was just so cute. It was really, really cute. And at the end, I think they went back to the resort or what have you. But they were diving and, you know, all this beautiful romance all around them. They were in the water, all of this good stuff. So it was a beautiful ending, and her career was back on point and everything. So just such a cute movie, you know, and everything. You guys need to check it out. Again, the name of the movie is Resort to Love, and it is on Netflix. Go ahead and check it out. You guys will love it. I give it maybe like a 8.5, and mainly because of Christina Milian's her beautiful voice. You know, it's such a treat. So you guys go ahead and check it out. I'll see you soon. Take care.